Hey, all, welcome back to my channel where I talk about saving money and building wealth. So if you're interested in that, go ahead and subscribe to my channel and also go ahead and check out my other videos. Today, we're going to be talking about money mistakes I made in my teens and 20s. I'm still in my 20s now, but these are just the mistakes I made so far. Also, we're going to be doing that giveaway where two people get to win $50. I told y'all about it and I asked y'all to go ahead and share my post, go ahead and follow my Instagram page at L.Deshelle budgets and go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel. So, I have the people here that actually did all of those things. So I'll be picking out of this little vase with the names in it randomly. And we're gonna go ahead and find out who won. And remember, you have to contact me within 48 hours of me releasing this video with your Cash App. You can just go ahead and DM me and I'll go ahead and send the money to you. Let's go ahead and get into this video. So I wanted to talk about the mistakes I made as a teens and 20s just because, like, I just don't want y'all to make the same mistakes I made. Like, it's hard being in debt. It's hard fixing your credit. So please learn from my mistakes and please do not make these same mistakes that I made. The first mistake that I made was starting off with my teens when I got my first job. I bought a lot of stupid stuff. Like I was buying sneakers, I was buying clothes, I was buying weaves. Like I just bought a lot of stupid stuff. And I now that I look back on it, like you can tell you buying stupid stuff when you don't have that stuff 6 months later. Like that's a waste of money. And it even got as bad as to the point where I would buy sneakers and I'll wear them like 2 times and then I'll buy another pair of sneakers and I would just keep doing that. So that was just me wasting money on material things, wasting money on shoes. So, a smarter thing for me to be doing with that money would have been saving it for college. And so I wouldn't have to take out all this student loan debt. But yeah, it didn't work out that way. Um, Another mistake that I made was not applying for scholarships. So, like when I was applying for college, it just seemed like everybody wanted essays and everything, and I didn't do it. I didn't feel like I wanted to do it. Like I guess I didn't really realize the consequences of having student loan debt or anything. But yeah, if I would have got a scholarship, then maybe I wouldn't be in as much student loan debt as I'm in. But yeah, that was definitely a mistake. Another thing is when I got to college, taking out more student loans than I actually need. So where I'm come from, like I'm used to my bank account being on zero, especially like with me spending all the money that I made on stupid stuff. My bank account was always on zero. So for me to actually get a loan refund and see my account with thousands of dollars in it, like I wanted to keep it that way. So I just kept taking out the maximum amount of student loans that they would allow me to take. And of course, that caused me to graduate with $35,000 worth of student loan debt. So don't make that mistake, please. Another thing is not having a job during my first couple years of college. So, I mean, I wasn't really doing anything. I was just chilling around my dorm. So, I could have had a job and been paying down the student loan that I took out. So, but I didn't. So, yeah, that really cost me. Another thing is living on campus. So, I know a lot of times schools require you to live on campus at least your first year, but I lived on campus for 2 years before I went and got a student apartment. But yeah, it cost more to live on campus than it did to actually rent out an apartment. It was really no reason for me to stay on campus that second year. Like at the apartment that I got, like my school sent out a shuttle to the apartment complex so we could catch the bus and then go to school and then catch the bus back or back home or whatever, back to the apartment. So I mean, it was really no reason for me to do that, and it cost me extra money just living on campus. Another thing that was a mistake in my college years was messing up my credit. So when I actually got my apartment, that's when I had came back home and I had met my husband, but he, of course, he was just my boyfriend at the time. Met my boyfriend. and he ended up moving out to the city where I was, and living with me. But I was living in student housing or student apartments where pretty much it'll be like this one apartment with 4 different bedrooms, and you're renting out your one bedroom. You're supposed to only have one person in that one room that you're renting out. But of course, with my husband or my boyfriend at the time, with him living there, I couldn't continue to live there. But the problem is, I had already signed a lease for the next year by the time he had moved in with me. So I did end up getting another apartment, like a regular adult apartment or whatever. But because I did sign a lease for that next year, they ended up charging me for every month that I signed the lease, but I did not stay there. So it was about, I believe it ended up being like $4,000 that they put on my credit. So it messed up my credit, and I wasn't able to get an apartment until I paid that off, which ended up being years later. But yeah, I couldn't get an apartment in my name. I messed up my credit. All right, so let's go ahead and pick out at least one winner for the giveaway right now. I think this will be a good time to go ahead and do it. So I have everybody's name in this base right here that entered the giveaway. So I'm just going to go ahead and pick out one person at random, and I'm going to show you who I picked. Oh, all right. So go ahead and DM me with your Cash App, and I'll go ahead and send you the money. So that's one person. So let's go ahead and finish these mistakes that I made as a teenager and in my 20s. So let's see. The next thing that I feel like was a big mistake in my 20s was buying cars that were pretty much junk, like making bad car purchases. So, one car that I had bought, it was like, it just was something wrong with it all the time, and it just cost money to keep fixing. And I'm in college, so I don't have money to keep fixing this car. So, at some point, I just let them come take the car, but it like needed a new engine and everything. But yeah, that cost money because of course I was making payments at some point, and of course I think I did a down payment, so it was a waste of money buying that car. So another thing is with these bad car purchases. Of course, I told you I bought that car that was like, it was just a piece of junk. It just always needed repair. I also had a bad car purchase. I had bought a car that was worth a lot less than I paid for it. So that was a bad car purchase as well. Another thing, trying to go to people on the side, like side people, like going to Boo Boo to fix my car. That cost me money just because they never really fixed it like officially. Like they would more so like do something to fix it temporarily. Like it wasn't official and it wasn't long term. So that ended up costing me money. And also this one dude stole money from me. Like he said he would buy me an engine or whatever if I gave him $1,500. So I gave him the $1,500 and I never was able to contact him again. That was definitely a mistake that I made with my money. So yeah. Now I just actually go to real places, an official place to get my car fixed. If there is anything wrong with it or get to even get it serviced, I take it to an official place. But yeah, so those are all the mistakes that I made in my teens and my 20s. So now we're going to go ahead and pick that second person that won this $50. So here's the base again. All right. And here's the winner, the second winner. All right. So go ahead and hit me up. Go ahead and DM me, and I'll send you the $50. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you please learn from my mistakes. I hope this is helpful for you, and I hope that you don't make these same mistakes. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see y'all next time.